Please like, subscribe, and be sure to click that bell button for regular and exciting indie film content and your chance to be the first to engage with the Liftoff Global Network of Film Festivals as we embark on launching the careers of the filmmakers of tomorrow.
Hello everyone and welcome to today's stream. Today we are talking about the Amsterdam and the Paris Liftoff Film Festival. So the Paris and Amsterdam Liftoff Film Festival have been running from the 10th of October all the way through to the 7th of November. So like I said, it started on the 10th and will be closing on the 7th of November, where then the films will be migrating into the network round. What I'm introducing here today is our audience votes and looking at some of the statistics of the films that are currently in the lead across all of the pages in the Amsterdam Festival and all of the pages in the Paris Festival as well. If you are a filmmaker taking part in the festival and you're watching this live, the chat room is open, so feel free to put any comments in the chat room and we will do our best to have a look at those during the stream. If you are watching this retrospectively and you would like to leave a comment, please do so below and we will do our best to answer any messages that you have as quickly as we can. So there's a few things I want to talk about before we look at the films that are currently in the lead. And the first thing that I wanted to talk about is the prizes. So there are 3 prizes for both of the festivals. Amsterdam and Paris are running exactly the same over the same dates as well. So the 3 prizes that we have that are up for grabs are: 1, a handful of films will be invited to screen with us at Liftoff in another city based around the world. Then we have our Audience Choice Awards, and this is where we have 3 to 4 films screening with us on our YouTube channel, where we do a director's commentary roundtable. We ask the filmmakers different questions about their project, why they wanted to make the project, what they're hoping to achieve with the project once it's completed the festival circuit, are they looking for distribution, etc. These are really, really fun conversations that we have with the filmmakers, and they're always so inspiring. So that is one of the prizes. And then we also have our season award nominations. So you might be able to see this trophy here. This trophy is one of the prizes, and if you win the overall competition for the season awards. So what we do is we nominate filmmakers from each of the city-based festivals, and then they're invited to Pinewood for the awards ceremony, where then we reveal the winners of the season awards. There are 14 different categories, ranging from everything from best short documentary, best feature documentary, acting ensemble, music video, animation, post-production, and there's 4 more that off the top of my head I can't think of, screenplay, to name a few of them. So they are the 3 prizes, and it is the same for Amsterdam and for Paris. So how do you vote? So as you know, as a filmmaker taking part or as an audience member, in order for your votes to count for the Audience Choice Award, you need to vote for your 2 favourite films. So I have a trailer that I'd like to show you on the best way that you can vote for your films. And remember, in order for the votes to count, you have to vote for 2, not just the 1 film that you are potentially supporting. Let's take a look. Our online festivals are designed to bring much-needed new eyes to true indie film. They are a tried and tested method of providing a platform of diverse work to a large audience. The voting process is specifically created to engage people with the collection. Once you purchase the program, to watch the films you'll be sent a ticket email which contains your personal link to sign up to the festival, along with your voting code and link. Before the festival closes, head to the email again to cast your vote. Entering the code in the email will give you access to the form, which will then ask you to select your 2 favourite films and provide some feedback on the projects. Throughout the festival, we'll be running events on our YouTube channel, such as live festival updates, free workshops, and promotional filmmaker interviews. Filmmakers will also receive daily updates from the festival. Thank you for participating in the Liftoff Film Festival. There we have. So that is the best way to leave your votes. Just checking into the chat room here, and Jimmy T says, I hope 31st Amendment is doing well. Loved working on it, and it's a great short. Thank you, Jimmy, for joining us on today's stream. We're actually just about to move into the Amsterdam program and take a look at the films that are currently in the lead. So we're going to start with Amsterdam, and we're going to start with the judges select. So we're going to look at some statistics first. So across the Amsterdam Festival, since it opened up on the 10th of October, We have had 697 playthroughs, which is great. 31 countries are viewing this program at this moment in time. 98 votes have come in so far, and we've had an audience of around 120, which means that there's still a lot of votes that need to come in. So everything that I'm about to announce may change when I'm sitting here next week. So let's take a look at the first film that is currently in the lead. So we have Download My Heart in the Metaverse, and this is currently on 33 votes, and this is directed by Mo Rebeck from the USA. It is the world's first music film based on the first global song about the metaverse. The film takes the audience on a grand musical tour of the metaverse, and it is part of the Download My Heart series by #Queens. So well done, Mo and team, you are currently on 33 votes. Behind that, on 25 votes, we have Runaways, and this is directed by Brandon Olofs from the Netherlands. So a Dutch film for the Amsterdam Festival is very appropriate. So well done, Brandon. Runaway is a story of Robert and Frank, who have been sex buddies for months. And while Robert has affection for Frank, he also recognizes that Frank is guarded and emotionally detached. Robert knows about Dan, Frank's younger, handsome boyfriend, but he believes that he can earn Frank's affection. So there we have it. They were the two shorts. We're going to move on to the features program. So again, looking at some of the stats across the Amsterdam Features program. Currently, we've got 238 playthroughs. We've got 13 different countries around the world tuning in to watch this program. There are 21 votes on this program so far, and we have an audience of over 50. So that means, again, that there are some votes that still need to come in. In pole position at this moment in time, we have Bad Luck, and this is on 6 votes. This is directed by Jean-Louis Huzon from Spain, and his feature follows the narrative of a trip around the world could be anyone's dream, right? Except when one is a fugitive in the midst of an existential crisis like me. A schizophrenic Hollywood screenwriter who has seen way too many movies is searching for murder. There we have it. And then we have 2 other films that are on 3 votes, so closely behind Bad Luck. And the first one is Helenaeth on 3 votes, and this is directed by Daniele Lo Presti from Italy. The personal and intimate journey of some volunteers that have decided to pause their lives to bring humanitarian relief in Ukraine during the darkest time in Europe's recent history. Then we have Positive on 3 votes, and this is directed by Alessandro Reladini from Italy as well. So 2 films from Italy here. 4 HIV people take a greater risk than infection, being the first ones in Italy to tell their side of the story and put their name on it. To do that, they go back 40 years to the very beginning of the disease, only to find out that something does not add up. Why, as HIV treatment progress, social stigma persists. A journey through past and present fears and hope of new generations of HIV plus people. So there we have it. So that is the roundup for the Amsterdam Festival. We are going to be moving into Paris. So if you have just joined us for this stream and you're maybe taking part in the Amsterdam Festival or you're taking part in the Paris Festival, do leave us a comment in the chat room. Okay, so the Amsterdam Festival, we're going to firstly start with the Judges Select program, our shorts program. So we're going to look at some of the statistics for this as well. So playthrough numbers are 281 so far. We have 15 different countries watching the program, which is fantastic. We've had 22 votes in and an audience number of over 50s as well. So again, you can see a pattern here that the festival is halfway through its period and lots of people still need to vote. So currently in the lead we have Jerkwater, and this is on 3 votes, and this is directed by Miles Benson from Canada. Jerkwater follows a ticket agent named Bailey with a past of sexual exploration and gender dysmorphia. He desperately wants to leave and escape the small mindedness of his town, but is terrified of change. The next couple of films I'm about to announce are all tied on 2 votes, and there are 6 of them, which means, as I told you, there's still a lot of votes to come in, so this page will 100% completely change by the time we're sitting here next week doing the next roundup. So all of these next films that I'm about to announce are currently on 2 votes. So the first one I have is A Love Worth Fighting For, and this is directed by Toby Fontaine from the UK. Then we have Birdlimes. Directors include Charles Grenu, Simone Garrett and Lewis Brown from the UK. Then we have Kusala, directed by Alexandre Seydoux and Dorian Gamba from France. Then we have Quelle chanson d'un amour, directed by Alvaro González Dolos from Spain. We also have Scar, which is directed by Gethin Anthony from the UK. And then finally we have the English title I have, Tiny Little Breath, directed by Delphine Bu from France as well. And as you can see, the French title is slightly different, Un tout petit soufflet. So there we have it. They are the shorts that are currently in the poll positions across the pages for the audience choice and the audience votes. So moving on then to the features. Let's take a quick look at the statistics. So our features program is quite small this time around. I think there's only 40 films in total taking part in this, which is fantastic. So currently we've had 42 playthroughs. 10 countries are currently watching this program, which is great. 7 votes have come in so far, and we have an audience number in the 20s. So lots more to happen there, as you can tell. Okay, so the first one I'm going to announce is a Bogota trip, and this is currently on 3 votes, and that is directed by Philip Sivek from the USA. 2 sets of American tourists bump into each other in Bogota, Colombia, which sparks potential relationships that could spell disaster for their lives back home. Up next, we have Bruv, which is on 3 votes as well, and this is directed by Leonid Leonardov from Russia, and this is a feature-length documentary. The elder brother of a famous Russian soccer player is left without contract with the team and goes to Turkey for a preview. At the same time, with his sports career, he develops his brand dedicated to his favourite game. Then finally, the final film I am announcing here today is Bad Luck, yet again, which is also on 3 votes. So all of the features are currently on 3 votes. And this is directed by Jean-Louis Uzan from Spain. And I'm not going to announce the logline again as he's also taking part in the Amsterdam Festival. So there we have it. That was a quick little roundup about what is happening with the Amsterdam and Paris Festival. And something that I should mention, which I may not have mentioned at the beginning of the stream, is that we have you, our audience, watching all of these films and voting for your favourite films, which is fantastic. But alongside that, we have the lift of jury that are going through all of the content, all of the films for the Amsterdam and Paris Festival, and also putting forward their favourite films. So there'll be a handful of jury films and a handful of the audience voted films, so the audience choice films, that will migrate into the network round. The network round runs for 1 week, where the films get put into a different program on Vimeo, and they'll be available to stream for 1 week, and then thereafter the winners will be selected. Any filmmakers that make it into the network round can also request for the feedback on their films, as there's a lot of feedback that comes back when the films are in the network round. So that is just something to bear in mind. Thank you for everyone who joined us on today's stream, and we will be back next Friday for the next roundup. So let's see what happens with the films that are currently very close together on the votes. Until then, we will see you next Friday. Have a lovely weekend. Bye-bye.